And now we're live. Okay. Hey,
Coming
we're
to you
live
live in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Regularly. Okay. Group.
No Canadians today.
Do you guys do the homework assignments right after you take the quizzes? Like right after we're done?
No.
I try to. Tonight.
Yeah, the first week I was really good about it.
I might not be able to tonight because I have to go pick up my cousin at the airport. But hopefully.
This is 21 questions long, guys.
Oh man.
Okay, let's.
It must
get
be
through
fast
this.
then.
Okay, we got this. We got this, ladies. Let's do this.
Because, like I said, I have to pick up my cousin from the airport at 10:30. So.
Okay, we're on. Numero 3. I am ready for these.
Yay.
Did you like that? You're welcome. That was really funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Information. While you were required to work together on this quiz, each member of the group must submit his or her answers. Here's the normal probability applet. I'm just pulling that up right now. When calculating, please remember to do 3 decimal places or unless otherwise. Okay. Number 3. Which hypothesis involves equality? A null hypothesis.
I like that answer. I like it a
Me
lot.
too.
Me too.
Okay, information. P-value is the probability of obtaining a sample statistic, at least as extreme as the one that was actually observed. Use the next information for the next question. Remember that the p-value is the probability of obtaining a sample statistic, at least as extreme. Oh my gosh, twice. Anyway, when computing the p-value, which hypothesis do you assume to be true? The null hypothesis.
Yes. Okay.
I'm sorry, you're cutting out, but I'm guessing you said null hypothesis, right?
She did.
Okay.
Okay. Suppose the null hypothesis. Is there a lot of
I think Emma turned down your volume because you couldn't hear me. Emma, turn down your volume.
Yeah. Turn down my volume.
Just a little bit. Because remember you turned it up to try to hear me?
Oh yeah. Is that better?
Yeah.
Better.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
I was like hearing my own voice kind of back. Anyway, okay. Suppose the null hypothesis is HO to the mean equals 10. Use this information to understand the next 3 questions. Which of the following represents the alternative hypothesis for a two-tailed test?
Anyone know what a two-tailed test means?
I am going to look.
I do know what a two-tailed test means.
Miranda.
It means that it's basically either greater or
Less than?
less than. It's both of them. And so it's an equal sign / which is not equal to.
Yay!
I was kind of thinking that's what it was, actually. That was like my instinct guess.
Yeah.
But I should know that.
Sound good?
Okay. Numero 6. Which of the following represents the alternative hypothesis is left-tailed test? I'm going to go
Which one is that?
with that the mean is greater than 10.
So which way is that? Is that this way or this way?
It looks like it's eating the U.
Okay. I think it's the other way around.
It's
Just the
this
first one.
I think it's the other way around.
Okay, I trust you.
Are you sure though?
How do you remember that though, Miranda? Is it?
Because I have it in my notes.
Could you show
see
me
my
your
note
notes,
part?
please?
Do you see them?
Let me get to the thing. Okay, talk, Miranda.
Hey, can you see them? Can
Yeah.
you see my notes? Is it at the right spot?
I get that. I'm gonna make him a dragon and draw his tail, so I understand. I'm sorry.
No,
You
you're
can
good.
keep going now.
So
Do you want me to answer this one? Which of the following represents an alternative hypothesis that is a right-tailed? So now it's eating the ewe, correct?
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you know what is really easy to remember?
What?
So the mouth is like this. The mouth is the front, and the tail is pointing at the other thing, right?
Yeah, so he's a little tail.
So the left tail is with the point is the left side. The right tail, the point is on the right side.
You got this, girl. Thank you for teaching me that.
Yep, you're welcome.
I appreciate it.
Okay, remember that we determine the outcome of a hypothesis test by comparing the p-value to the level of significance, or the alpha. Use this information to answer the next two questions. Which relationship would result in failing to reject the null hypothesis? I think I'm going to say if the p-value is less than alpha, which is the second option. Because if the p-value is greater, then that means there's a better chance of the hypothesis of being true. But if it's less than that, then there's a smaller chance of it being true, so that's what we would reject, why we would reject it.
Could you describe why we only have rejections or like? Never mind. I'll go back and read that section again.
Okay, what was it? Just say it again.
Like how we only reject things, we don't, or like we reject
In the reading?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the reading, it actually described it really well of when if you're on trial, you're innocent until proven guilty.
I'm guilty.
And if there's not enough evidence to prove that you're guilty, then you're innocent. It's not saying you're always going to be guilty, like it made sense that way to me.
You're talking law firm to me, and I understand law firm talk.
Good. I remember
Thank you.
because you work at a law firm.
I do work at a law firm. I appreciate that. Thank you, Miranda.
Does that help you? No?
That did a lot, actually.
Good. I'm glad.
You too.
All right.
Oh,
Which
wait.
relationship? What?
Sorry. I just read it. 8 says, which would result in failing to reject the null hypothesis. So that would actually be number 1.
When the
p-value is
greater than
alpha. Yeah, because I was just reading question 9 with you, and I was like, oh wait, this one is possibly the other answer. You decide.
Okay, number 9. Which relationship would result in rejecting the null hypothesis?
Okay, what do you think?
Failing
Gabby?
to reject. So then it would be the second one that we were talking about.
Yeah.
The p-value would be less than alpha.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm Snapchatting while we're doing this.
Okay, Snapchat, as long as you send it to me. Oh, wait, I don't have Snapchat.
Oh,
Me
wait.
neither. Well, I do, but it's like a super secret one.
Oh.
Oh, so
I know that sounds weird. It's not.
I have a super secret Instagram. It's fine.
What?
It's for food. Because
Oh,
somebody
yes,
here
I
loves
know
food.
that.
Yeah,
I know that.
Yeah, I know that too.
It's
Yeah.
a secret.
I love food.
Okay.
I like
Okay.
your little dinners that you guys do.
We're
They're
psycho.
cute.
I
I
like
love
how you
it.
plan them out. They're nice.
We're crazy. But it's fun. Okay, number 10. An insurance company is reviewing its current policy rates. We did this today at my job. We're just... Never mind.
Yay.
When
Law
you
firm
originally...
stuff.
Yeah, more law firm stuff. This is applicable, guys. When originally setting the rates, they believed that the average claim was about $1,500. They are concerned that the true mean is actually higher than this. Use the information for the next 10 questions. Which of the following would be an appropriate alternative hypothesis? So I'm going to say the third option, the average claim amount is greater than 1,500.
Let's figure out what the null hypothesis is first. And then the alternative hypothesis is the opposite.
Oh, okay. So in my opinion, the null hypothesis is greater than 1,500.
Yeah, you cut out. I didn't hear you.
Is
Sorry.
greater.
So the null hypothesis is $15,000 greater than 15,000.
Okay.
So now I'm thinking that the answer to this question 10 is that the average claim amount is less than $1,500.
Let me see. So I think you actually might have had it right the first time. I wasn't paying it. I was paying attention when you were reading, but not too well.
You're good.
But I think on what I think is, it was saying when originally setting the rates, they believed that the average claim was about 1,500. So I think that's the null hypothesis.
Okay.
Is that it's equal to 1,500.
Is it equal to 1,500?
Yes, that's what I'm thinking. And then what it says, they are concerned that the true mean is actually higher than this. So I think you did get it right the first time.
Okay, so it is the average claim amount is greater than 1,500.
That's what I'm thinking. Yes.
Okay. That's what my initial thought was, and normally I'm pretty good with initial thoughts, but...
Yeah, you are good with initial thoughts. So I just wasn't paying attention when you first read the question, and so that's why I said, let's figure out what the null hypothesis is first. I didn't think that you had it wrong, but yes.
You're good. I totally trust your opinion here.
Okay.
And I think I know what number 11 is.
Yeah. I think it would be equal to.
Equal to.
Yeah. Okay, information. The insurance company randomly selects N equals 400 claims and calculates the sample mean of X equals 1650. Use this information to answer the next 3 questions. The insurance company assumes the distribution of sample mean is normal. Is this a good assumption? I would say so, yes, because N equals 40, so it's over 30, so I would think it is a good assumption. So I would say it's a good assumption since the sample size is large.
That's what I thought too. Good idea.
Awesome.
What theorem or law justifies your answer to the previous question, the law of large numbers? Right? Or is that the central limit theorem?
Yeah, I think it's the central limit theorem.
Is the rule with the 30.
Yeah, that one's the rule with the 30. The law of large number is meaning like the means are close together.
Okay.
And then the standard deviation is
I just got
whatever.
With the large sample size. That threw me off.
Yeah. Awesome. We are like more than halfway done.
Whoop whoop.
Look at that. And it's only 9:30.
Okay, which of the following is the test statistic as defined in this lesson? I'm gonna say that it's the X bar because that has the figure.
Yeah.
but I could be wrong. Does anyone have another suggestion?
I think that's what it is, but I think I might have written it down, so I'm just looking real quick.
I can hurry and jump into mine too.
I should probably look in the right notes. I was looking in lesson 7 notes instead of lesson 9 notes. I have a different answer.
What was that?
I have Z as the test statistic.
I think it's... Oh man, I can't even remember what the other one was. Yeah.
I trust you, Miranda. I'm just pulling up just to see if I can find it real quick so I can learn for myself real quick. So give me just a second.
I will show you my notes as well as when you find it as well, because
Okay.
if I can see there. But I think it's earlier on in the note or in the reading. So it should be like in the front part of the reading.
Whoops.
Or at least pretty close to
Oh,
the
okay. I think it's Z as well. Thank you.
Yep. Okay. Information. The historical mean of sales receipts at a grocery store is $150, with a standard deviation of $40. The store manager suspects that the average has decreased since she sets up a hypothesis test with the hypothesis of null hypothesis of equals 150 and the whatever hypothesis equals 100
Alternative.
or greater than a alternative. That's what it is. Alternative hypothesis is the mean is less than 150. She will use the level of significance of
Alpha.
alpha equals 0.05. She then takes a simple random sample of 36 sales receipts from her store and computes x equals 144. What is the z-score associated with this test? Are you ready for some math?
Yeah.
I have number 17.
Yeah. 40 divided by the square root of 36. And then it says round to 3 decimal places. Negative 0.900. Okay. I got negative 0.900.
I got a negative, but it was not that.
Okay,
I
what did
got
you get?
1.5. I think I missed a step though somewhere, doing it without a piece of paper.
We can all do it together if you want.
Can we?
Yes. Emma, do you remember how to do it?
Honestly, I'm getting confused by the alpha thing.
Okay, forget about the alpha.
Okay.
Don't even think about the alpha right now.
Alpha is not my friend.
What kind of z-score are we looking for? Are we looking for a parent or are we looking for a child?
We're looking for a mommy. No, we are looking for a child. I'm sorry.
We are. Okay, and so that makes what were we going to start with?
So we're going to start out with the 144 because that's the statistic that we're trying to find.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Then we're going to subtract that by the regular mean, which is 150.
Yep.
We're going to divide that by the standard deviation, which is 40. And then we're going to divide that by the square root of the
36.
the 0.6.
36, because it's the people.
Oh yes,
It
the
says-
36. Thank you.
Yeah.
I was looking. Okay.
Okay.
It's in
I
the
don't know why.
I think.
I know what I did wrong now.
Did you get a negative answer?
I have, so my answer is negative 0.025.
Did you put in parentheses?
Yes.
Okay.
I had to do
So I
all
got-
at once though.
Because I got -9 again.
Okay, let me try
This
one
time
more
it was just -9 instead of -0.899.
So I'm putting parentheses 144 minus 150, end of parentheses. I'm putting a divide symbol. Do I need to put parentheses
Okay.
right here too, Miranda?
The start of parentheses, yeah, after the divide.
Okay, thank you. That's probably what I got wrong. 40 divided by the square root of 36.
And then in the parentheses.
I did get -9 that time.
Okay. Should we put -900 or just -9?
I got
It says-
-9.
Okay.
Too.
It just says round to the next 3 decimal places, but -9 is -9, right? We don't need to put the 0.
Okay. I hope he doesn't mind that I did that.
So to calculate the P level, we just add
Uh-huh.
that into the,
Applet?
yeah?
Huh? I always remember p-value as the probability, and so it's
Okay, that's smart.
because it's the probability applet, and so it gives you the area is the probability of something happening. So that's why I remember p-value.
Okay, that's smart. So I'm seeing that it's 0.368.
Okay. What part do you have highlighted?
I have both the outers highlighted, but I'm sure that that's wrong.
Okay. How about we read the information one more
Okay.
time?
The
It
historical...
Oh,
I'm going to read it. The historical mean of sales receipts at a grocery store is $150. The standard deviation is $40. The store manager suspects that the average has decreased. She sets up a hypothesis test with a hypothesis of, we could read those out loud, thank you, or I don't know. She will use the level of significance alpha equals 0.05, and she takes a simple random sample of 36. So is she trying to decide just the left-hand side then? Because
Yeah.
it would be left.
Yeah, because she's
it's
deciding to see if it's less than. So we're just going to highlight the left side.
Okay. So then I have 0.184.
Yes, that's what I got.
Yep.
Okay. Then it says, what inference would you make about the null hypothesis for this problem? And I thought that I had this right, but I'm not sure if I really do.
Okay, well, what are you thinking?
I say that we reject the null hypothesis because
And why
it's
do you say
still
that?
within the $40.
Okay, so the null hypothesis is the first one, and it's saying it's equal to 150.
I'm sorry. So I want to fail to reject the null hypothesis because I believe that the null hypothesis is still true.
Yes. So
Okay.
we're going to fail
To reject the null hypothesis.
So it's
That's the
basically
part of the wording
we
that I
failed
have a
to prove
problem
it guilty.
Yeah.
We failed to prove it guilty.
Okay.
It is still innocent.
We're not going to prosecute that little fella.
He may be guilty in the future, but right now he's still innocent.
Okay. Yeah,
That's why the wording is fail to reject instead of it is
It's
correct.
rejected.
Okay, I'm just going to
instead of saying
them.
Yeah, instead of saying this is a correct hypothesis, it could be rejected in the future. So that's why we're going to fail to reject it right now.
That makes
sense.
Okay. Yes, thank you. I appreciate that.
Cool. What is your conclusion for this problem? We have insufficient evidence that the true population mean is 150. We have sufficient evidence that the true population mean is 150. I'm going to say we have sufficient evidence that the true population mean is 150.
That's what I was going to say too.
Yep.
I thought it was going to say something else in the bottom, but it doesn't look like it. So.
Are we trying to trick you?
Okay, there are two types of errors that can be made when performing a hypothesis test. Which one involves rejecting the null hypothesis when the null hypothesis is true? I can't remember. Let me see.
Do you want to read my notes right here? Does it make sense? So, when the null hypothesis is true, hang on.
We will reject a true null hypothesis. That is a type 1 error. So it'll be a type 2?
No, I think the first one is the right.
Oh, but we failed to reject it, I thought.
Oh, so this says fail to reject, and it says correct decision. But this one, it says if we reject it, it is a type 1 error. And it is a true, the hypothesis, null hypothesis is true. So
Okay.
that's what it would be.
Okay.
If
That
the
makes sense.
hypothesis was not true, then that's where this is. If we rejected it or failed to reject it, it would be the type 2
It
error.
would be type 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would definitely write this box down in your notes because it's been helpful.
I took a picture of him on my phone. That was smart.
Yeah.
Okay, ladies, we have 2 questions left.
Yay.
Okay, number 20 says, a researcher decided that instead of using a level of significance of alpha equals 0.05, he will use an alpha equals 0.01. Which of the following would be true? The probability of a type 1 error will increase. The probability of a type 2 error will increase. The probability that the null hypothesis is true will be decreased, or his experiment will be more scientifically valid. I need to read my notes on this one. Hold, please.
Sounds good. I'll read notes as well. Because I totally remember reading this, but I can't remember which way is what.
What was the question again?
I think I'm just really confused by the alpha stuff. Just give me a second.
Okay, I found it. It's in 4.5, type 1 and type 2 errors. If that helps at all.
No, that will. Okay.
Small numbers of probability.
If committing a type 1 error is undesirable, we can't... Okay, so I think that the answer is choice number 3. The probability that the null hypothesis is true will decrease. But you should see my face right now.
I can see your face right now. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
Let's see.
Committing a type 1 error is undesirable. Why can't we let alpha equal 0? This would make it impossible to commit a type 1 error.
So,
Actually, this would also make it impossible to reject any.
I think, let's see, the probability that the null hypothesis is true will decrease. I think that...
I think that's opposite of what I wanted to say, though.
So what I think it's the probability of type 2 error will increase. Because the notes say if alpha equals 0, then type 1 error will not happen.
That's right.
And that means type 2 error is
Would
more
happen.
likely to happen.
That's
Okay.
true.
And
like
so
that.
if the number gets smaller, instead of 0.05, it's 0.01, then a type 2 error is increased or the likelihood of a type 2 error is increased a little bit.
Okay.
That makes sense. Okay.
Okay. If alpha, I just think that alpha looks like a Jesus fish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, if alpha equals 0.05, compute the probability of committing a type 1 error. Does it say how to compute
1/20th,
probabilities?
right?
Oh yeah, you got it. And so that would be, oh, why did you have to do that? 0.05. Okay. Okay, so it says if alpha is 0.05, compute the probability of committing a type 1 error. Because it is 0.05 is 1/20th, but we would put it in a decimal place and it would be 0.05. Is that the probability that we would have to?
I thought that's what the notes kind of said. This
I just submitted my quiz. I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Yes. But there is one that we have wrong, so hold on. So number 18 was wrong.
See, and that's what I was thinking.
We have sufficient evidence that true population.
Because we can't say for sure that it's true. And so that's why I was like kind of hesitant on saying that one.
I vote that we have insufficient evidence that the true population mean is less than 150.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking it is too, because we're ruling
Did we
out.
have a small sample size too?
No, we had a sufficient. It was 36.
Yeah, we had 35.
But what we're not saying that HO is true. We're saying that HA is not true.
That's
and
true.
That's why we should have answered it that way. We should have answered it. We have insufficient evidence that the true population mean is less than 150. Makes better sense that way.
Sweet.
Awesome possum.
Yay.
Thanks, ladies.
Thank you. Well,